Brandin Podziemski and Moses Moody. Remember the names. What a bounce-back performance for the two young studs for the Golden State Warriors in a 13-point victory tonight over the now 2-2 Memphis Grizzlies to get back on track after a tough loss a few nights ago against the Portland Trail Blazers, who, shout out, Portland just beat the Los Angeles Lakers tonight as well. They are a good, solid, young, scrappy, nothing-to-lose core. I think they're going to surprise some people this season. But we're not focused on LA Portland tonight. We are focused on this incredible performance from the Golden State Warriors. A classic Steve Kerr coached performance. And say what you want about the small ball lineups. I've seen a lot of hate for them in the comment section over the last couple of videos. And hey, I love it. Keep the comments and all the thoughts coming in the comment section down below. I love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Continue to build this community of Warriors fans here in Dub Nation. But I got to tell you what, there was a lineup that went on an 11-0 run in the second quarter that really catapulted us to that halftime lead. And that lineup, Buddy Hield, Steph Curry, Jonathan Kuminga, Guy Santos, Will Richard. Those five, a very undersized five, who will talk about how that specific unit impacted the game tonight. Jonathan Kuminga soaring for rebounds, being absolutely aggressive and dominant on the offensive end. He looked fantastic again tonight. We will break that all down in our takeaways, take a look at the box score, and then move on to looking forward to tomorrow night at home against the Clippers on the second night of a back-to-back. And before we get into all that, real quickly, my name's Houston Bowe. Thank you guys so much for tuning into these videos. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It costs nothing. It's totally free. Reminds you guys to never miss out on videos and is the easiest way to support us on the channel as well. I would very much appreciate it. Thanks so much for the support, guys. Let's hop right into Game 4 takeaways. Number one, Brandin Podziemski. Tell you what, man, we made two individual videos on how bad Brandin Podziemski had been playing through 3 games, but I love the fact that his confidence wasn't shaken. He came back and had a fantastic performance tonight. We'll look at the box score here in just a moment. Brandin ended up going 5 of 7 on threes. Looked great in every aspect of the game tonight. You love to see him bouncing back. Just the second game of the season after Moses Moody missed the first 2 games of the season. Tonight for Moses Moody. Looked really good tonight as well. Knocked down 5 threes of his own tonight and looked like the Moses Moody that we know he is capable of being. Very aggressive on both sides of the ball. Played well defensively. Hunting for his shots in that third quarter. Looked really, really dominant when he was shooting the ball. He's got such a pure stroke, and when Moses Moody is on and confident, it is so evident in how it affects this Warriors unit because he is one of those guys off the bench, a little bit bigger guard for this team, so he presents us with something that some of the other guys in Podziemski, Will Richard, Gary Payton, Moses Moody gives us something a little bit different from those guys because of his size, his ability to defend, and his three-point shooting stroke. You saw him knock down 3, and then he goes to take the heat check. Jaren Jackson has to step up, honor that three-point ball, ends up fouling Moses Moody. He goes to the free throw line, ends up knocking all 3 of those free throws down. Moses Moody, if he can play to that level all season long, he is going to be a major X factor for this upcoming season. So as much trash and as much bad talk as we've had on Brandin Podziemski over the last couple of games, I love the fact that he said, hey, I'm hearing you guys. I know what you've been saying about me. Watch this. And we did watch tonight, and boy, did Brandin Podziemski look good. And this is what I've been saying. He has the potential to be a star player for this franchise one day. He's taken the strides. I believe he'll get there. Tonight was just one step in the right direction. Alongside Moses Moody, 5 3-pointers for the both of them. Great performance from the role guys tonight. Jonathan Kuminga, we've talked about him enough on this channel, but first double-double of the season, another great performance. He just looks effortless out there. The way that he's playing the game, the confidence that he has. He did something earlier in the first half where he came down the floor, went to take a mid-range pull-up, immediately got the ball stripped out, and he realized in that moment, hey, that's not my shot. That's not the spot that this Warriors team and the coaching staff wants me to get to. Immediately the next possession, he doesn't lose confidence. He doesn't make another poor decision, but he remains aggressive. Takes the ball, rips through the hoop, easy and one layup. We're on to the next possession. That is the type of Kuminga that I want to see. Him make a mistake in one moment, but not let that shake his confidence where he's not aggressive anymore. He's frustrated with himself. He's kicking the can. And then all of a sudden, we don't see Jonathan Kuminga play to the level that we know he can play to. Instead of getting in his head, being frustrated with himself, he drives to the hole the next possession, gets fouled, gets an and one. He's tipping his cap to the bench for saying, hey, I thank you guys for trusting me and continuing to play me in those moments. Kuminga might win Most Improved. I predicted him to win Sixth Man of the Year because I expected him not to start with D'Anthony Melton and Moody and guys like that on the team. But I think Jonathan Kuminga, the way that he's playing right now, has a real big chance to win that award. And this is a completely different Jonathan Kuminga. And boy, am I happy that we did not trade him away or let him walk, because we're going to need him in the long run, and especially this season. The bench worked really well tonight. I was really impressed with all the guys that came off the bench. Post, TJD, still not playing to the level that you want them to be, right? We're asking them to do some things that are just not in the archetype of players that they are. But I thought they looked okay in some good moments. Post ended up getting a couple of blocks tonight. TJD looked pretty good in some moments. Had a great pass to Gary Payton at one point. So those guys aren't going to give us too much. We have to rely on them in small spurts. With Dre and Horford, that's the best front court in the league. Those two guys, when they're playing at their best, right, when they're locked in, knocking down threes like Dre and Al Horford have done so far to start the season, and when they're locked in defensively, those guys are fantastic. Post and TJD are going to do what they can this season, but not going to impact the game in many ways that you would hope they would. Small ball lineups, as I've said, we talked about the rotation. We talked about how it was dysfunctional. Tonight, completely opposite. This Warriors team off the bench looked fantastic. The rotations were a little awkward again, but everyone played together so well tonight. I felt like this was a unified team, and you certainly saw that on the floor tonight. So say what you want about the small ball lineups. When we play to our best potential and we're moving the ball, we're creating steals, we're not turning the ball over like we did a couple nights ago, that is the result you're going to get with these guys when they're playing to their top ability. Dre's the funniest player in NBA history. Gets a technical Santi Aldama ball don't lie moment, misses both free throws, and Draymond Green runs down the floor doing a celebration that I can't even really describe. I'd have to get up and show you, but for my reputation's sake here on YouTube, I'm not going to get up and show you what he did, because that would be a clip that would outlast my lifetime, that's for sure. Classic Warriors win. Hustle plays, 44% three-point shooting, a strong third quarter, Draymond getting a technical. Like, you watch this game, it had every aspect of a Warriors game that you love. It had Steph knocking down threes, playing really efficient, and then he gets to go sit on the bench at the end of the game. We don't need to stress out about him playing high minutes. Jimmy Butler playing ultra aggressive, 75% from the field, hit 2 of 2 from three-pointers. Like, that's exactly what you want from Jimmy. Not to shoot a crazy amount of shots, but to play aggressive, work within the system, work within the flow of the natural offense, but also in the moments where we can't, where there's nothing working, get it to Jimmy in the post and let the big dog eat. Love to see it. Best play of the night, Gary Payton getting on the ball during a scrappy play, throwing it to Steph. It ends up in the Moses Moody foul. Like, those are the types of plays you watch and you say it's scrappy, it's ugly, but it works, and it's Warriors basketball. On to the Clippers tomorrow night. Let's take a quick look at the box score from tonight's game. And if these are the starters, this would typically include Al Horford as well. This is where you want the old guys to be as far as minutes go. Steph Curry, 30 minutes. Draymond Green, 28 minutes. Jimmy Butler, 31 minutes. That's perfect. That is perfection. If we can win games consistently by 20-plus points and the veterans don't even play 33 minutes a game, that's everything you could ever ask for. Obviously, there are going to be some nights where they're going to play into the 40s. If it's a close game, it goes into overtime, things like that. But this is exactly what you want your starting five to look like. Jimmy Butler, an efficient 30 minutes, 20-plus. I mean, look at that stat line. It is so pure from Jimmy Butler. 20 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 6 of 8 from the free throw line, 2 of 2 from 3. I mean, what else could you want from a Jimmy Butler game? Draymond Green, same thing. 7 points, 10 assists, 4 rebounds, a steal, and a plus 18 plus minus to lead the team. Like, Draymond Green, this is the perfect story of the box score doesn't tell the whole story. You look at this, you're like, that's kind of a whatever game from Draymond. Hit a couple threes, I guess, missed a free. Like, when you watch the way that Draymond plays, like, he's right here, folks. When you like just listen to this right here. Dub Nation, let's go is right. Like, this guy is a pure winner. Even in the moments where he's being a little psychotic, even in the moments where you watch and you go, Draymond, what the heck are you thinking? Steve Kerr, why he's such a great coach is he allows players to be themselves. If Steph Curry came into this league and, Steve Kerr tried to halt his progress and success by saying, Steph, that's a good shot in college and high school, but we don't do that in the NBA. Steph Curry would have never reached his full potential, right? I understand Mark Jackson was the coach for many of those early years for Steph, Clay, those types of guys, but Steve Kerr, even throughout the championship years, gave him the ultimate green light. Same thing with Draymond. He's never tried to put Draymond Green in a box. Draymond is going to be crazy. He's going to pick up some technicals here and there, but guess what? Those technicals from Draymond tonight sparked a Warriors run because it gets the building going. It gets Chase Center. Rest in peace, Oracle. I still wish we were playing basketball games there, but I guess I'll move on at some point in my lifetime. It gets Chase Center going. People stand up on their feet. Gary Payton making hustle plays. Like, Draymond is such a leader. He's doing things, excuse me, for the coughing, doing things at this point in his career, even all the way down the line, that you just love to see from a leader. Obviously fouls out tonight. You don't love that. You want him to be in the game for as much as possible, but only ended up playing 28 minutes, 7, 10, and 4. You'll take that every single night. Brandin Podziemski, one of the best performances of his career. I don't remember a night where I saw Brandin Podziemski have the ball in his hands and I thought to myself, yes, let him go. Let him go to work. Usually that's Jimmy or Steph, but tonight I was like, get Brandin Podziemski the ball, let him work. And he looked absolutely fantastic tonight. Incredibly proud of the way that he bounced back. And then Steph Curry, Kuminga, we talked about them already. Steph Curry, an efficient game, plus 17, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Hey, you'll take it. Jonathan Kuminga, first double-double of the season. Didn't even hit a 3 tonight and scored 25 and shot very efficiently from the free throw line, something he struggled with in the past. Only player in double digits for rebounding. Actually, the only player that had 6 rebounds tonight. Very, very underwhelming rebounding performance from a team perspective. We actually got out-rebounded, especially from an offensive rebounding standpoint. It's still going to hurt us with these smaller units. But you find a way to get the job done, and apparently it didn't matter tonight because Kuminga took care of business. And there was that one moment with that small ball lineup where you just saw we had 3 possessions in a row where we're playing small, we force a miss, right? And then Jonathan Kuminga understands there's not a big on the floor. I have to hunt the rebound, and that's exactly what he did. Massive skies for the rebound, gets it, pushes it in transition. We move on to the next play. Huge from Jonathan Kuminga. When we play those small ball lineups as well, it gives us an opportunity, right? I understand sometimes it's a defensive liability, but offensively, it allows us to do something that not a whole lot of teams can defend. When Buddy Hield is being guarded by Jacques Landale, it allows us to do something differently. There was a moment tonight where Buddy Hield was guarded by Landale. He said, "You're way bigger than me. You can't defend me. I'm going to take you to the hole." He goes to the rack and scores. So yes, defensively it hurts us sometimes, but it works out really well because offensively when we play that small ball unit and we're sniping from the three-point line, shooting 44% from 3 like we did tonight, then it's going to work out really well in our favor. And so I think the small ball lineups can actually work well for us sometimes when we're not turning the ball over, when we're not making dumb decisions, and when we're knocking down our threes. From the bench side of things, let's talk about the bigs first. Trayce Jackson-Davis, Quinten Post. Again, they're not giving you anything crazy. Quinten Post has he hit a 3 yet? I think maybe he hit one against the Trailblazers. He's not shooting it very well. Trayce Jackson-Davis and Post, the 2 guys with the lowest plus minuses on the team tonight. So we don't play that well when those guys are in the game, which again, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Every one of you is saying, hey, we don't want Trayce and Quinten Post to play. Okay, but then we're running a small ball lineup and you say, well, I don't like the small ball lineups. Like, this roster is built the way that it's built, and that's just the case right now. There's not any other moves coming till later down the line once the trade deadline opens, or trade opportunities open up, all that type of stuff, right? Like, this is the roster that we have. We have to find a way to win games with the roster that's been constructed by Mike Dunleavy, by the front office. Steve Kerr has to put rotations in place to allow us to win games, and he's done that so far. Obviously, against Portland, it was a little shaky, but no Al Horford. Some of the other guys weren't knocking down shots. So it comes down to when you run these small ball lineups, you got to hit shots. Trayce Jackson-Davis, Quinten Post, not playing that great yet, but I do think they will contribute as the season moves on. Guy Santos, 6 minutes. I love the fact that Guy Santos sits for the first 20 minutes of the game, but when it's his time, he is ready and he shoots the ball when it's time. You saw it in practice a couple weeks ago. Steve Kerr talking to Jimmy Butler, he said, Guy shoots it when you're supposed to shoot it, and that's what he did tonight. 1 3, but it was a momentum 3, and it's a big shot. You love to see that. 6 minutes from Guy Santos. He hits a 3, gets out of the game, is a solid, positive, happy guy on the bench, and vibes matter, folks. Vibes matter. Rough Buddy Hield performance tonight, +1 on the plus-minus side of things. Couldn't hit a shot, but still affected the game through 18 minutes, and you'll take it. Gary Payton, classic Gary Payton performance, 10 minutes, 4 points, and a +6 off the bench. Highest plus-minus off the bench. Like, you just love that. I just love Gary Payton so much. I'm so happy he plays for our team. Moses Moody off the bench, 22 minutes, highest minutes count off the bench. Played really well tonight. 5 threes, shot it efficiently, knocked down all his free throws. Moody looked good. That's the Moody we're going to need all year. And then Pat Spencer got in for the final minute of the game to play alongside his brother. Cam Spencer for the Memphis Grizzlies, and then Will Richard continues to be fearless, makes every right decision, continues to be a guy that I'm incredibly happy we drafted and is on this roster. Los Angeles Clippers, tomorrow night, the Warriors have a chance to improve to 4-1 at home. Let me know your score predictions for that game tomorrow night, as well as your takeaways from tonight's game in the comment section down below. I've been Houston Bo. You guys have been the fans. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you in the next one, and as always, go Dubs. Peace.